Very good morning, guys. I'm not speaking here. I'm not speaking anything. So last day I was explaining you about. I just explained you about the four things in the CLS specifications. What are the four things? CLS, CTS, metadata, and VES. What did I say about CLS, guys? CLS is a set of rules all the languages has to follow. What are the rules? When you compile the source code, it should generate your CIL code. Which language? All languages. Second point. Second point is about CTS, common type system. What is common type system? Common type system means it tells you like the data types should be same in all the languages, not the names, sizes, not the names, sizes. Yesterday I said, you remember, when you want to exchange a shirt with your friend, the size is not the brand and color are not important. What is important? Here also, size is important here. Names are not important. You can have developed names differently, but sizes should be same. Third one, metadata. Metadata, I did not give any explanation. I said you will talk about metadata in detail when we go to programming part. Okay. And the fourth part is VES. Yeah, this is only the important thing what we are learning. And I said you, this is only the most important thing for us in the application. What's it? Virtual execution system. What is this virtual execution system? It is actually responsible for execution of our .NET applications. This is actually responsible for execution of our .NET application. And it's nothing but CLR. What is the other name for it? CLR, Common Language Runtime. Okay. And what did I say? VES of the CLR, the execution engine. What are the execution engine of the .NET framework? And all .NET applications will be running in the supervision of the CLR. All the .NET applications will be running in the supervision of the CLR. Everything runs under the supervision of the CLR. And very importantly, remember here, applications that run inside of the CLR are provided with three features as explained to you. What are the three features? Platform independency. We can run this on multiple platforms. Second one, security, virus-free applications. Third one, automatic memory management. And finally, we talked on this also, remember, if your runtime is a car. If your runtime is a car, what did I say? CLR is the engine of the car. If your runtime is a car, CLR is the engine of the car. It is just going to be an engine of the appropriate car. Are you people clear or not? Understood me? So that's what exactly. And basically the CLR or VS is responsible for various things under the .NET runtime. CLR or VS is responsible for various things under the .NET runtime. Various things it performs to you in the execution of a application. And for this, I shown you the picture of The CLR in the last class. Yeah, one more time you can see. It's responsible for various things, guys. You have so many components. See, everything will be taking care of a different activity. Everything will be taking care of a different activity. Okay, different activities they'll be taking care. What is the first one? This class library support. I very clearly explained you. In every language we have libraries to consume. In every language we have libraries to consume. What do you call the libraries of C language? Header files. C++, header files. Java, packages. In Java we call them as packages. Same way in .NET we call the libraries as base class libraries or framework class libraries. Framework or base class. Simply our base class library. Other name is framework class library. Correct word is base class library. Okay now? Next, thread support. I did not tell anything. I said I'll teach you in programming. Common string we'll talk in the later. Type checker, exception manager, debug engine we'll talk later, not now. In the programming, we got the related with programming. One more thing I explained in the last class. What is it? Security engine. What did we say about the security engine? Security engine will not allow the applications to directly interact with the operating system or operating system to directly interact with the application. So your application can never corrupt the OS or your OS cannot corrupt the application. But do you remember I explained you 2 days back with machine code, C code and C++ machine code runs directly under the OS, a direct contact with the OS. Because it has a direct contact with the OS, it will corrupt the OS. Because it has a direct contact with the OS, it will corrupt the OS. But that is not the case. That is not the case when you come to the .NET, Java and all. This security manager will not allow the applications to interact with the OS. So your OS is always safe from the application. And at the same time, OS also cannot interact with the application. So 2A, it is secured. Whose responsibility? The security engine. Okay. Next one. Yeah, this one. This one I was telling about last class. I stopped off in the middle. What's it? MSIL2 native compiler. What is that? JIT compiler. JIT compiler. So that's one important concept here. One important point to learn. What's it? JIT see. It is about security engine, guys. It will take care of the security of our applications. That is, it will not allow OS to interact with the application or applications to interact with the OS directly. Okay. MSIL2 native compiler, also called JIT compiler, also called as ZIT. So this actually, listen, this is actually responsible for converting CIL, other name for CIL, MSIL code into native machine code based on the platform that we are executing our applications. I very clearly explained, guys. If we take the CIL code to Windows, it will convert into Windows machine code. If I take the CIL code to Linux, it will convert into Linux machine code. If I take the CIL code into Mac, it will convert into Mac machine code. I've given you an example also in the last class. What's it? It's a packet of noodles. It's a packet of noodles like a Maggi or a top ramen or something, given to you in a semi-finished state. You can cook it according to your taste. I can cook it according to my taste. You can cook it according to your taste, or someone else can cook it according to their taste. Everyone has a chance or everyone has a choice of converting this into their taste. So that is the speciality of the JIT compiler. Okay. JIT stands for what? Just in time. Okay now? Just in time. This stands for just in time compiler. Okay. This is a compiler. This is a compiler which is actually responsible for converting CIL or MSIL code into native machine code. Native machine code. Based on the platform, we are executing our applications. This is important. On which platform you are running, that's important. We are executing our applications. Okay. This conversion is done by adopting a process. This conversion is done by adopting a process called What is the process? Conversion gradually during the program's execution. Let me explain you what is that actually. What is that conversion gradually during the program execution? Let me talk about it. See, every application, guys, every application. Tomorrow you're an application developer, you will build an application. You become a software engineer, you start building applications, and you build an application. When you guys build an application, remember this point, all of you. Every application is a collection of functionalities. Take an ATM machine. There is an application running there. Hey, you swipe your card and use the application to withdraw money now. Yes or not? It's an application. But have you noticed that the application has a lot of functionalities in it? What functionalities? Balance inquiry, mini statement, PIN change, fast withdrawal, cash withdrawal. Okay. Still, in some places you have credit card payments. Yeah, from ATMs you can perform credit card payment. Okay. And any bill payments, utility bill payments, credit card payments option, utility bill payments option is there. Still, you'll have mobile recharge. You have multiple options there. Means you understand every activity is one functionality there. Every activity is a functionality there. Are you clear or not? So when you open 4 items in the left and 4 items in the right, it shows you. Yes or not? Mainly in the right side, what we see: balance inquiry, mini statement, fast withdrawal, quick withdrawal or fast withdrawal, cash withdrawal. In the right hand side, in the left side, we see PIN change. All these options will come. You understand? Every program is a collection of functionalities. Is the point clear for all of you? Every program is a collection of functionalities. We are just going to have a set of functionalities included. And every functionality is defined in the form of a function. Every functionality is defined in the form of function. Remember, you learned functions in C language. A function is a named block of code. Printf is a function. Scanf is a function. When you call that function, what it will do? It will perform an action. Means all the code will be written in a block. All the logic will be written in a block, and we give a name to the block now. Okay? And those blocks are called. Those blocks are called with the names now. You click on the button, internally that function gets called. Are you clear? How does it happen? That's what we are going to learn in our application development later. Okay? So we're going to see all these things step by step in the later stages. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you is everything is going to be a collection of functionalities. Every program is a collection of functionalities defined in the form of functions. Defined in the form of functions. There can be one function or there can be n functions. Clearer or not? Okay. Now, all of you listen. I developed a .NET application. Now, this application, what it contains? A set of functionalities built as functions. A set of functionalities built as functions now. Are you clear? Okay. You write all the code now. You will be writing all the code. And what did I say, guys? As a developer, we write some code now. What we call that code as? Source code. We call that code as source code. All the code written by a developer is called as source code. Okay. Will the source code run? No. Source code will not run. Source code should be compiled. Okay. So on the developer machine, listen, on the developer machine, the developer writes the source code. Developer writes the source code. This code, guys, all this code is the source code now. Next, compiles. After compilation is done, what generates? CL code. What generates is CL code. Now guys, listen, what we install on the client computer? CL code. We don't install the source code on the client computer. What we install? CL code on the client computer. Okay, this is end user machine. This is the end user machine. What we install? CIL code. To run the CIL code, watch it all of you. We need a software first. What software? .NET runtime. And inside of the runtime, what do you have? CLR. Inside of the CLR, what we have? Zip compiler. Now this zip compiler will take the CIL code, converts into machine code. Okay. So carefully watch. Assume like this is a client computer here. This is an end user machine. Assume this is a end user machine. Okay now, on this end user machine, I want to install my .NET application. Is what I'll install? CIL code. What I'll install? CIL code is installed now. Okay, look, this is the CIL code what you are installing. This is the CIL code what you are just installing. So what is this? CIL code. And what did I say? It's an application. A set of functionalities built into it now. A set of functionalities built into it. Think like these are I think like these are a set of functions, guys. Functionalities. These are all the functionalities that we defined inside our code now. These are all the functionalities that we defined inside of our code now. All are defined. After defining all these things now, after defining all these particular things now, so what's it? We are going to install this on the end user machine. But remember, guys, before I install the code, I need to first install the runtime on the client computer. So this is secondary. What should I install first? Runtime, the runtime software. So this computer should contain the .NET runtime. So think this is a .NET runtime. And inside of this runtime, we have so many components we discussed. Oh, inside of the runtime, what you have is the CLR. This is the CLR. So first one is .NET runtime and this one CLR or other name VS, CLR or VS, whatever it is. Okay. Now inside of the CLR or VS, I said you so many components are there now. All these are part of the CLR or VS. Okay, I'm not talking about all the things. Security engine. With compiler. Garbage collector. All these are the contents, guys. All these are the contents what I have. All these are nothing but the contents what I just have in this case now. The various things. So many are there here. I listed only 3 things there. That's all. So what happens now? This end user machine, first the runtime is installed, afterwards CL code is installed. So what is going to happen now is when you run the application, the CIL code is taken by the JIT compiler. The CIL code is taken by the JIT compiler. JIT compiler takes the CIL code. Okay. After taking the CIL code, what will JIT compiler do? JIT compiler will convert this code to the machine code. It will convert the code to the machine code in this particular case. After converting to machine code, where it is going to be present? The machine code will be loaded into the memory. So understand, this is your computer memory. This is your computer memory, RAM, under which the program executes. The memory of your computer. Okay. So this is the memory. Okay now? And now CIL code is taken by JIT compiler, convert this into machine code, and the machine code is now loaded into the memory, and the code in the memory will now start the execution. Did you catch my point or not? And guys, when it is doing it, it adopts a principle. What principle? Conversion gradually during the program's execution. What is the conversion gradually during the program's execution? Unnecessary things are not converted, guys. What is required, that is only converted. Suppose, how many functions are defined in the code now? 12 functions. A, B, C, D, 12 functions. But tell me, guys, if a program has 12 functions, is it mandatory I should call all the 12? Not mandatory, nah. I may call only what I require. For example, I am calling function A. I'm calling function A. I'm calling function F. I am calling function J. I'm only calling 3 functions. What 3? Yeah, we are calling A, F, and J. So now in this process, the JIT compiler will not do the conversion of all the things now. What is required? 3 only now? Just 3 only it will do. Are you clear? How does it do? First it picks A. Converts into machine code and loads that into memory. That is loaded into the memory now. So it is going to load A into memory now. A loads in the memory. When A loads in the memory, immediately A starts the execution. When A loads in the memory, immediately A starts the execution. The execution of A will be started for you there. Okay now? When the execution is going on, listen guys, JIT compiler will not be sitting idly in the background. What it will do, when A is executing in the foreground, in the background, JIT compiler is busy converting F into machine code. Means 2 actions are happening to you at a time. You noticed it? In the foreground, what is happening? Execution of A is happening. In the background, what is happening? Conversion of F is happening. Now F is taken and F is converted and F is loaded into the memory now. So in the memory, you have F now ready for execution. So once A complete the execution, immediately F starts the execution. Okay, when F is executing, is the JIT compiler sitting idle? No. What it will do? It will come to J and it is going to convert J into machine code for you in this case now. It converts J into machine code. So this particular process, what I explained to you, is what we call conversion gradually during the program's execution. Are you clearer or not? And we also call it as asynchronous programming. What's it? Asynchronous programming means 1 action in the background, 1 action in the foreground. The best example for asynchronous programming, in your websites, in some websites, you'll be watching some cricket scores. Suppose in newspaper, you're reading a newspaper website, guys. You're reading a newspaper website like a Hindu, or a Times of India, or you're reading some newspaper website. But suppose there is a match going on between India and some country. There's a match going on between India and some country. So on the top of the website, they're showing the score. They're showing the score. Okay. Generally, have you noticed in the web pages, guys, if any content has to be changed on the web page, we refresh the page. F5. Yes or not? When you refresh, only content will change. Am I correct? But when you look at the constant and the score, without refreshing, only the score changes. Have you noticed it anytime? The score will be automatically changing up without refreshing the page. Yes or not? That is called as asynchronous. Means in the foreground, it will be showing the output. In the background, without your knowledge, in the background, it contacts the server, loads the data, and displays to you. It will contact the server, loads the data, and displays to you. And we call that as asynchronous programming. Okay, we'll learn about that, guys. We'll learn about that in our classes. Asynchronous, how we do it. So the same asynchronous programming gets applied for you here. Foreground, execution, background, conversion. So time waste won't be there. This is nothing special here. We do it every day in our life also. What's it? For example, guys, you remember in your school days, we came across school annual day functions. When we come across the school annual day functions in the school days, do you remember this process? Do you remember this one? What is that? The agenda will be like this. First, the chief guest will speak. First the principal or someone will be speaking. After that, chief guests start speaking, all the chief guests. And afterwards, there will be a presentation ceremony for all the sports, everything conducted. Finally, you will be having some cultural programs, dances, skits and all. This is the agenda now. Every year we follow the same thing only, nothing different. Now you see, introduction of the chief guest is completed. Chief guest addressing the meeting is completed. Praise distribution is going on. After the praise distribution, what is the next activity? Performing the skits on the stage. Clear? When the praise distribution is going on, it is going to come to the end. Last 1 or 2 years there, coming to an end. At the time, look, after this, immediately, the cultural program should start. Our teachers, you remember, they're busy in the backstage. The teachers busy in the backstage, assembling all the people who has to give the first performance, make them ready, and just motivate them, make them ready, all the fears and everything, and they make them ready. And once the stage is cleared, cleared immediately, these people are sent to the stage to perform. Right? Yes or not? And you remember this one? When we are performing on the stage, our teachers never stood there watching our show. Our teachers never stood there watching our show. Then they're busy in the backstage, gathering all the people who has to give the next performance. Correct? Understand, guys? You're performing on the front. In the back, they're busy making you ready now. Once the first performance completed, immediately, second one comes. Second one performing, busy gathering the third stage and making them ready. I told you now, I said you now also. A ready, started execution. So execution is going on the stage now. In the back of the stage, what is happening? Conversion of F is happening. F is executing. In the back of the stage, what is happening? J is converted. So did you understand, guys, now what is? That is what I explained you. Conversion gradually during the program's execution. What is the opposite for this, you know? You can do like this also. But that won't be performing. Option number 1. Two more options are available. What are the 2 more options? First, conversion, execution. What's it? First to do all the conversion and then execution starts. So what is the problem? The problem is 2 problems are there. First, the initial starting time will be delayed off. Because all conversion should be done, then only I want to send means initial starting time will be delayed off. Second thing is, the memory will be overloaded. You do all the conversions and put everything in the memory, it will be overloaded. See here, in this case, it won't be overloaded. Why you know? Where J is getting loaded, A completed execution now? Yes or not? A can be removed from the memory here. A can be removed from the memory. It is not required. See, you came on the stage, performed. Will you stand on the stage? You go out of the stage now, giving the chance for others. So here also memory will be efficiently used. What's it? One completed, that will be removed off. That will be removed, effectively used. If the concept is conversion and execution, all conversion and all loading at a time, the memory gets overburdened. Clearer or not? Starting time. See now, suppose there are 10 performances to be given on the stage now. If all the 10 groups are made ready and sent on to the stage, what will happen here? All the 10 groups are ready. All the 10 are standing on the stage. How will it look now? It will be confusing now. Yes or not? That is the problem. Are you clear? Second option. What is the second option? Second option is first to send the first group on the stage, perform. After the performance is completed, now gather the second group, send them on the stage, perform. Again, after this is completed, again gather the third and perform. What is the problem now? The problem is delay between each performance now. Yes or not? There will be a delay. At least 5-10 minutes of delay is there in the auditorium. People get messed up moving around here. Continuity should be there. There is no continuity. What will happen? People come in, go out. It will be messed up. Are you getting my point here? So which one is the best option? Tell me now. Which one is the best option? I said you 3 options to you. Ultimately, the first one, yeah. The first one, what is that? Conversion. Yeah, conversion gradually during the program's execution. That is always the best option what we just have. Am I audible, Mohammed? Mohammed, am I audible? Okay. Nice. So this is about the second, the JIT compiler. Clear? Code manager will talk in the programming again. Garbage collector. Let me give you an idea about this garbage collector here, but I'll show you practical in the programming. Okay, what is the garbage collector? Garbage collector is actually, what is that? Garbage collector. This is actually responsible for memory management. Is actually responsible for memory management. Okay. Memory management is a process of allocation and de-allocation of the memory that is required for a program to execute. Cost of allocation and deallocation of the memory that is required for a program to execute. Okay. Next, memory management is of types. What are the 2 types? First one, manual or explicit memory management. Second one, automatic or, guys, do you know the words explicit and implicit? You know the words explicit and implicit. What is explicit? If I do anything on my own, what we call explicit. I have done this explicitly. Are you clear? If the machine does for you, that is implicit. If you do anything that is called explicit, if the machine is doing for you, that is called as implicit. So now guys, listen, memory management is 2 types. What are the 2 types? Manual or explicit. Second one, automatic or implicit. So what is this manual or explicit? Okay, in the first case, developers are responsible for what? Allocation and the deallocation process of memory, or allocation and deallocation process. How? That's all I said here. If you recollect your engineering, in the first year of engineering, you came across a subject called as data structures. In the data structures, you learned about these functions, if you remember. Malloc. This is a function for allocating the memory. In C language here, not here. Calloc. Same way, for deallocating the memory, we called some functions called free, delete. By calling these functions, we perform the memory management. By calling these functions, we perform the memory management. Who should call them? We, developer has to call. We are responsible. So that's what I'm telling you. In the first case, developer means we guys are responsible for allocation and the deallocation process of memory. Allocation and deallocation process of memory. So remember guys, what is the headache? As a developer now, you have two burdens on your shoulders as I explained to you. What are the two burdens? The first burden is you're required to focus on the logic. You're required to focus on the memory management. And guys, today, memory management is not going to be a much big deal because we are running in a big size RAMs. But understand here, when C language, C++ languages, these languages are there, memory is very, very expensive. Memory is very, very expensive, and larger size or smaller size. 128 MB RAMs, 256 MB RAMs, that is what guys, you know that initially storage devices are floppy disks. Have you know that? Floppy disk. We used to have a floppy disk. Today floppy disks are not there. And do you know what is the size of it? 1.44 MB. We will laugh today. 1.44 MB. What can I store on that? Yes or not? But that is only the option available earlier. Later on, CDs came with 700 MB size. CDs came. Here we have DVDs, 4 GB size DVDs, pen drives, 4 GB, 16 GB, devices. We are getting a lot of options today. But initially, memory is very, very expensive. It's expensive, and not only expensive, guys. It's not only expensive. It's going to be very smaller in size. Clear? If you want to increase the size, means you're required to sell all your properties also. That much of expensive it is. Clear? Okay. So that is going to be the bad thing what we have. So at that particular point of time, guys, when memory is going to be expensive, at that point of time, developers have a big challenge on their shoulders. What is the challenge on the shoulder? The challenge on their shoulders is they should focus very clearly on the logic and also on the memory management. Memory is very precious. So should be very careful with the memory management. Are you clear? So did you understand what is the first one? Manual or explicit. Manually, developer has to do it now. Okay. Second option. In the second case, developers are not at all responsible for this memory management, because on behalf of the developer, garbage collector does it for you. On behalf of developer, garbage collector performs it. So you are not responsible now. And today you focus only on logic. Forget about memory management. Memory management is taking care of the garbage collector, and that too we have big size memories now. 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB RAMs, what we are having. Is it clear, all of you? Yes or not? So did you understand allocation? What is the meaning of allocation? What is the meaning of allocation? Yes, anyone? What do you mean by allocation, guys? They're giving you Allocation is nothing but giving you, it's nothing but giving you some memory for putting values. You're allocated with a, say the government has allocated you a house. The government has allocated you a house, means they're giving you. Okay? So allocation means giving you. Fine. So, yeah. So basically, did you understand the role of the garbage collector, all of you? That's what the garbage collector is going to perform to you in this case. Now we can write program, allocate space, right? You write program, space won't be allocated. When you execute a program, memory will be allocated. When you execute a program, memory will be allocated. Okay? That will be done by the operating system. That will be done by the operating system. Operating system exactly does it for you. I'll show you a small example to you to understand about these things to you. Just look, I'm writing a program, guys. I'm writing a program. And my program contains 1,000 lines of code. My program contains 1,000 lines of code. Okay? So line 1. So all of you carefully observe. On line number 1, I declared one string. I declared one string. String str is equals to hello world. String str is equals to hello world. Okay. Now this string in line number 100, this string in the line number 100, I am printing the string value on screen now. I'm printing the string value on screen. How to print? If you want to print in C language, we write printf now. Here we write right line. Printf, right line. Right line what? STM. C out is C plus Raj. Okay. C sharp it is right line. Now, after this, you've done this in line number 100. Still, how many lines of code is there to execute? 900 lines. In the remaining 900 lines, you're not going to use the string anywhere. In the remaining 900 lines, you don't want to use the string anywhere. You don't want it. So, as a developer, what you do, in line number 101, I'll say str is equals to null. Str is equals to null and leave it. When I say str is equals to null and leave it, when the execution is going on, at some point of time, garbage collector will come now and will deallocate the memory of the string. Garbage collector will come now and deallocates the memory of string now. The string's memory will be deallocated by the garbage collector. When will it do? We don't know. It comes at some point of time. That is controlled by CLR. CLR sends the garbage collector and garbage collector will come now and it is going to deallocate the memory of it. See, when you say str is equals to null, what is the meaning, Marked as unused. It is marked as unused. I'll tell you a best example to understand this one. Every day in your home, your mother cooks food for you, right? In this process, she will be peeling the vegetables, fruits, and all the things. And end of the day, you have a lot of garbage in your home, right? Will you pack the garbage and store it in your storeroom? Come on, tell me. After 2-3 days, you cannot stay in your home now. Yes or not? What you do? Every day, she cleans the house, packs the garbage, puts it out of the house. Whose job is it? Our job only. We only should do that. Pack the garbage, put it outside. When you put the garbage outside, the municipal garbage truck managed by the local municipality comes to your street now and takes away all the garbage. Yes or not? And remember, the municipal garbage is not responsible to clean your house. Whose responsibility? The responsibility is to clean only the garbage on the roads. Did you catch my point or not? Their responsibility is only to clean the garbage on the roads, not your houses. So exactly, you don't want to use anything, you should mark it as unread. You need to mark it as garbage. How? Like this. Is what? I am responsible to clean my house and put the garbage outside. Are you clearer or not? So now, who is the garbage collector? Who is the municipal garbage truck? The garbage collector is the municipal garbage truck now. That will come now and checks up all the unused objects and clears you. See, you have a garbage bag, but the garbage bag is inside of your gate. Inside of your gate. Will they take it? They won't. When will they take? Outside only. When you put it outside only, they'll take it. They won't come inside your house and take anything from your house. Everything should be outside. What is outside, that is only collected. Am I correct? It's a garbage for you. But if you don't tell, how do I know? You don't want to use the string now in the code. But you know that. But how do garbage collector know that? I should tell the garbage collector. How? Null. When I assign null, what I'm doing it? Marked as unused. When you mark as unused, the garbage collector will pick all the unused objects. When will the garbage collector come? I don't know. Do you know when will the municipal truck come into your street? Tell me the exact time. No, we don't know. It will come. We know that. It will come at some point of time. So, here also, when will garbage collector come is, I don't know. It can come at any point of time. But when garbage collector comes, what it checks for? All unused objects and deallocates the memory of all the unused objects. Is it clearer or not? See, listen here. If there is no municipal garbage truck coming into your street, do you know what is your fate now? Every day, you're required to pack the garbage, go out of the city, dump it, and come back again. Are you ready? Every day, you need to go out of the city, dump the garbage, and come back again into the city. Are you ready to do that? That is a big headache now. Simple thing is, put it outside the house. Here also, simple thing is assigning null. Remaining things will be taken care by the garbage collector for you. Deallocation and all the things. I hope you are clear with the garbage collector now. Yes or not? That is the advantage with the garbage collector. So, this is the complete information for you about the .NET runtime. This is the information for you about the runtime. Okay, point number one. Point number one, I'm summing up all the things. Point number one, if you wanted to run a .NET application on any computer, it is must to install the .NET runtime software. Point number two, the .NET runtime software is provided free of cost by Microsoft. Provided free of cost by Microsoft, but we require to download based on the operating system because it is platform dependent. For each operating system, they given us separately. Yes or not? But how many operating systems we have? 3. What are 3? Windows, Linux, and Mac. Windows, Linux, and Mac. Clear? Point number 3. Point number 3. I'll tell you. Downloading and all I will talk in the next week. Okay? Before programming, before writing a program, I'll tell you all these things. So instead of finding and deleting the line 1, we put it in garbage collector. We are not putting in garbage collector. We are not putting in garbage collector. We are only marking it as unused. Then I think I'll putting in garbage collector. Garbage collector will deallocate the memory. Okay? You mark as unused, then garbage collector will deallocate the memory. Point number 3. What is that? The runtime software is built based on 4 principles. Sorry. Runtime software is built on a specification. Runtime software is built on a specification. What is specification? CLI specification. Common Language Infrastructure. 4th point. CLI specification says 4 principles in it. What are the 4? CLS, Common Language Specification. CTS, Common Type System. Metadata. And VES. 4 points to understand. Common Language Specification, what it tells? All languages after compilation should generate your CIL code. Common Type System, what it tells? All languages should adopt the same data type system. What's it I said you? I just said you this one, guys. Uniform data type structure. Uniform data type structure. Names can be anything, but similar types should always be same in size. Size cannot be varying. Clear? Metadata. Metadata, I did not give any explanation, but I given an overview of the things, that's all. When you want to consume the code of one .NET language from another .NET language, metadata describes you the contents. I'll show that practically, ignore it, don't bother about it. And the 4th one I explained is VES, Virtual Execution System. And Virtual Execution System is very, very important component in our architecture, because, in our runtime. And this Virtual Execution System is actually responsible for executing all our .NET applications. And this will be managing not only about execution, lot of things it will take care for you. And we have so many components in it. And I explained you 3 important components what you have now. What are the 3? Security manager, I said you. JIT compiler, I said you. JIT compiler. And the third one, what I just described you is about the garbage collector. So till now, we saw only the pros, positives, advantages. At the same time, guys, we have some criticisms also on .NET. We have some criticisms also on .NET. We have some criticisms also on .NET, guys. What are the criticisms? What are the criticisms on .NET means? See, guys, on everything, there will be a criticism. On everything, there will be a criticism. Criticisms are just going to be faced every time. See, you take the Indian cricket team. Dhoni is one of a great player, but in times when he failed, we started criticizing him also. The whole world has started criticizing and just showing hatred against him. The same thing happens with all the great cricketers. Sachin Tendulkar, we showed hatred against him also. Everything will have some minus points here. Everyone will have a minus point. Okay, that is compulsory. That is going to be compulsory. So the thing is, here also have criticisms. We don't require to take them seriously. Ignore and go forward, that's all. Are you clear? Just to make you understand, I was talking, that's all. I want to just tell you, but I don't want to take them seriously. Don't take them seriously at all. The first criticism is, without installing the runtime software on the client systems, you cannot run the .NET applications on the client systems. Did you get my point? Without installing the runtime software on the client systems, you cannot run the .NET applications on the client systems. But that is not the case with C, C++. C, C++ you directly run onto the operating system. You don't require to install any software to run them. Yes or not? Why? They are direct machine code. They are direct machine code. So what is that? No need to install any software, directly run. But disadvantage is also there. What is the disadvantage? Machine code of one operating system will not run on another operating system. But coming to CIL code will never run on the client system without installing the runtime. That is a drawback. But advantage, independency, security, all these things will come. See, guys, if you want to get something, you are required to sacrifice something also. That's all, no? If you want to get something, you are required to sacrifice something also. So what are we sacrificing here? We are sacrificing like installing the appropriate thing with additional installations we require to do it. But if you do that, you will get all the advantages like security, platform independency, memory management, everything will come to you. Clear or not? Okay. We don't talk about 99 features, guys. All people talk only about one drawback only. Yes or not? We forgot all the matches what they played in one. But if they lost one match, we start saying team is waste. We need to remove the complete team. We need to just this fellow is waste, that fellow waste. As we are great players, we feel like we are great players and we just start criticizing. That's what 99 matches we never look at. We only look about one drawback. That's what. Yeah, we are calling it the drawback, but this drawback, understand, yeah, you take the pain and install once, you get a lot of advantages with that. But what people say is, without installing the runtime, .NET applications will not run anywhere. That is the same with Java, that is the same with Python also. In all three, the same criticism. Second thing is, memory management, garbage collector is a beautiful feature, right? Garbage collector is a beautiful feature. Excellent feature, memory management. But they criticize this also. What criticism? When garbage collector comes into picture for deallocating the memory, it will suspend the execution of the programs. Why? You cannot do cleanup when execution is going on. You cannot do cleanup when the execution is going on. Can you clean the machine when the engine is running? Tell me, can you clean your mixie when it is on? Your hand will cut off. Yes or not? So simple common sense here. When you do cleanup, the machine should be stopped. Yes or not? Garbage collector is coming to perform a cleanup. So what it will do? It will suspend the program's execution, performs the cleanup, goes away, and then the program execution starts. So what people criticize now is, whenever it is coming off, my program is getting suspended. So this will delay. This will delay the process. This is going to delay the process. Are you clear? But you are forgetting you are getting an advantage of memory management. Did you get my point or not? We are talking about the one small point there, but you are forgetting you are getting an excellent memory management with less code. Without coding, you are getting memory management advantage. We need to take that particular point into consideration also. Are you clearer or not? Okay, so we don't require to take these things seriously, guys. Only to give you an idea, or people criticize, but don't take them seriously. I'm only telling you that's all. Finally, last one. This can be seriously considered. What is it? If you develop an application for one version of the runtime, you need the same version to be installed on the client computer also. Suppose I developed an application for .NET 6. So compulsory client system should also contain .NET 6 only. Point clear? A lower version cannot run the code. That version compatibility also is very, very important there. So this is seriously considered. This should be seriously considered, because if I install the runtime not enough, I require to install the correct version of the runtime also. What version the application is developed targeting? I developed targeting 5. I need to have 5. I developed targeting 6. I need to have 6. That is very, very important. Are you clearer or not? These are the 3 criticisms. These are the 3 criticisms we have on .NET. Guys, is my voice breaking? Only 2 people are telling a voice was breaking. Online students, is my voice breaking? You students, if you are breaking, means that's your internet problem, guys. From my side, I don't have any issues with it. Because we are having an amplifier and all, not a direct mic also. Maybe you have a network issue, something, or disconnect and connect once. Anyhow, we are done. We'll just meet on Monday, no issues. Yeah, guys, with this, I just given you the complete information for you, the introduction to .NET. What is .NET? Okay. Along with today's video, I'll post in the Google Classroom. Yesterday I said you can download everything from the Google Classroom. I'll post up these 2 also in the Google Classroom. If any doubts, you can refer to that. Anyhow. Okay, if anyone missed up the classes also, just watch them. But from Monday, guys, we are going to start with C#. Till now, I said you what is .NET, that's all. From Monday, we are going to jump into C#. We will understand about what is C# and how to write programs with C#. Clear? Okay. So this one I'll just post you over there. That is present to the Word document here. All this is present to the Word document. Go and see. This is present in the Word document also. I'm typing it manually, that's all. But I posted everything in the Word document also. That 170 pages notes what I posted in the Google Classroom, this is also present. Okay. So that's what, guys. So we'll wind up here. Monday, we'll start with the C#. The Google Classroom links, I said you, I'll post you the Google Classroom links on the Google Drive. Video links, I'll post on the Google Drive. I'll post all the links on the Google Drive. Did not add me in Google Classroom, because contact your admin. Contact your admin. Okay, I'll put all the videos there. Okay, guys, I posted the notes there. Videos also will be posted there. This introduction. But from Monday, guys, remember, they don't give you videos. Be regular in the classrooms. Till now, okay, but from Monday, they don't give you videos at all. Videos will not be given to you from Monday onwards. Okay, now? Nikhil, the fees is 9,000. Contact the admin, guys. Yeah, I just provide you all the numbers here. Just a minute. Yeah. Whoever wants the information, yes, the information is present here. You can see fees is 9,000 and is admin contact. Just contact the admin. If you contact the admin, he will give you. Leelavati, please send Google Classroom. That's what I'm telling you. You must complete your payment here. Then only they will add you into the Google Classroom. Contact the admin. Contact the admins. He will give you the information. Okay, guys. Let's stop here. We can carry on. We'll meet on Monday again. Okay. Any doubts? Let me know, guys. Otherwise, you can leave. Yes, Anurag. Yes, when you write that line one again, after that it will recreate it. No need, recreates, it will recreate, automatically reallocates the memory for you again. I said to you now 17th HTML will start 4 p.m. Next batch. I can't say when will it start. That's not in our hands. Faculty free time, then only we can start. Okay, batches completed, new batches will start. You cannot, I said you. Do parallelly C also. Attend for C also. Attend for C also. Visit the Narasheti website or ask the admin when you buy. I say recommend you attend class, then tutorial. Attend for a class, then a tutorial. Tutorial won't give you introduction. They'll only directly teach out the things. Okay. Better find out if there is any batch for C language and attend for the C language classes. That will be better. Data types, condition statements, all these things you should know. That's what. You can do parallel also. But don't do any other things. HTML, JavaScript and all, don't attend. Nikhil, is there a current running batch for .NET? So many batches will run here. What you want? Tell that. There are so many batches running for .NET. This is also .NET only now. Nikhil, all the previous class videos will be given to you. They'll give you all the previous class videos. SQL, when it starts, I'll inform. When it starts, I will inform Imran. When SQL starts, I will inform you. Leelavati, what is your question? I am James, you just left it. Last question. I'm going to join with same Zoom link. No. Same Zoom link, I think. The Zoom link is same only Monday. Previous class links. Leelavati, contact the admin, he will send you. Contact the admin, he will send you. Or send me a message in the WhatsApp. These are the numbers. You can send a message in the WhatsApp, they'll give you. Same Zoom ID. The class timings are fixed, Raj. Yes, the class timings are fixed.